We are on day 4 of locking it in, getting it done with either starting our business, growing our business on our road to entrepreneurship. So today I thought I would discuss fear. That's something that it's best to tackle head on, right? And it's funny because just when I think that I have the most confidence and that's behind me, something happens or a day comes to where it's like, what am I doing? You must be crazy. Or is it really possible? Especially when you go and you're around people that are happy and they have, jobs that they like and they have no desire to be an entrepreneur and they like the security with that. Sometimes it makes sense to question, like, should I really be doing this? And is that alternative so bad? But I think in your gut. I really think that if there's something that is pulling you and it's been consistent for years for some of us, or decades even, then I think that is pretty much God or the universe telling you, I didn't put this in your heart. I didn't give you this desire for nothing. You can choose to act upon it or you don't have to, but don't second guess if you are doing the right thing or not. I'm losing light and I didn't want to put up lights, so I have the door open, the window open, but it's overcast. I think it's gonna rain. So hopefully a big truck won't go by, or the train. There's a train track nearby. Hopefully they won't make noise. So there's 3 things that I think that can help with that. 3 quick things. Number 1 is to write your fear down. Now that is something that was hard for me because writing it down, it's like, there it is. And even when it comes to things you desire, when in the manifesting world, they say, write it down. But writing down the fears, I think, is important because then you can look at it and say, well, what's the worst that can happen? And then you might be surprised and realize, well, you know what? That's not really as bad as I thought, considering the alternative. It also gives you an opportunity to start thinking about solutions as to what you would do if your fear actually happened. That's another way to kind of help mitigate that. So that's my number 1 suggestion, is write down your fear, think about what's the worst that can happen, and if it did happen, what could I do? And then you can weigh if the risk for you is worth it or not. Second, we've said it before, take one bolder step. A bold step we've probably already taken, but take a bolder step outside of your comfort zone. I tend to stay in my comfort zone. One of the things that I think is harder, it's easier for me to talk about some of my business on YouTube and on video because I personally feel comfortable talking to strangers. Whereas sharing certain things with people that I know, it's kind of like, oh, now I'm accountable. They're gonna watch the course and the process and see, oh yeah, she said that, but she didn't do it. Or she tried that and here we go again, another business idea. There's a lot of people that have had several entrepreneurial failures, or I won't say failures, but kind of like false starts, or you course correct because you realize that isn't what I really wanted to do. And if you're a person of age as I am, and you've had an entrepreneurial spirit as young as, say, your 20s, and you haven't landed the one yet, you probably have a lot of hustles that you've done or businesses in your catalog that you don't even remember. I know I do. I think there was a time where I was looking through this old box, and I was like, I used to do that? Are you serious? Like, that wasn't even something that I liked, but I was trying to have something of my own that I controlled that was outside of the typical 9-to-5 or having to have somebody else tell me what to do and how I was going to spend my time. So I was like, let me, do these things. So yeah, the bold step, it's up to you. You have to figure out what that looks like. If you do decide my comfort zone is not talking about it, then find a safe space that is a little safer and go ahead and take that step and actually talk about it. Because the one good thing that does come from that is that when you put it out there and you really are serious about at least following through, doing all the work that you can do within your own power, and then once you get to a point where, okay, God, it's in your hands, well, let's just see how this flies, then there's no shame and disappointment or failure when people that you've told ask you about it. It's just when you haven't done the work and you know, only you know deep down inside if you really gave it the shot that you intended. The third thing is to celebrate the small wins. You know, everybody likes a good party. Everybody likes to celebrate. Celebration represents something good happen, whether it be a birthday or an achievement, you graduate, promotion, whatever it is. It could be you taking yourself to your favorite bakery and treating yourself. It could be if you never go out to a movie, you might treat yourself to a movie. It could be a massage or a nice warm bubble bath. It doesn't have to be something that's costly or expensive. Or it could be, you might treat yourself to a Chanel purse. Go right ahead, whatever floats your boat. That's something that I am definitely not good at. Rewarding myself when I feel like I've taken an important step. And I think I don't, because I feel like a lot of the work that I do every single day when I do go in on that particular day warrants a small celebration. So if that's the case, I feel like I would be doing it too often. Even if it's every day, it could be something like I'm gonna treat myself to a little candlelit bubble bath. So to wrap it all up, those are the 3 things that I would suggest today to deal with fear. This is day 4 on the Lock It In 21 day. Leave in the comments what you're doing, how it's going for you, and please be sure to subscribe and like the video and leave the notifications on so you'll know when the next one comes. All right, bye.